W's and L's, the weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we don't.
Watch that, pussycat. Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's what you're singing on the intro.
Oh, hello there, guys.
Oh yeah.
How you doing?
We're here.
Welcome to Dubs and L's. That's how we're kicking things off these days.
I don't know about that, but anyway, I'm gonna start things off with an L for a person that I'm sure nobody expects. I'm giving an L to Drake once again, right? And keeping up with the updates to this whole court case that we're obviously following for the most part. Drake has amended the lawsuit with a 107-page document. Guess who went through some of it?
Do tell.
That's the great thing about being at home and doing it here is that we get to see the document right live in our faces. And we're going to start with one of the first things that's said in this document. A single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity, and while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes. Quoted by Sir Lucian Grange himself, the CEO of UMG. That's how Drake starts this whole thing off. It's a quote from Lucian Grange in response to him being included in this whole Diddy bullshit. Which is crazy. And before we really dive deep into some of the things that are said in this document, let me state that while we think that Drake is very stupid for doing this whole UMG lawsuit thing, we're also not on the side of Lucian Grange.
Absolutely not.
In any sort of bullshit he's got going on with Diddy or any other thing, really. It's just Drake is an idiot.
I'll go further than that. I think it's an impossibility for Diddy to have moved the way that he moved for that long and the people who pay him not know.
I think we've said that on this channel.
0% chance. Okay, and the man was previously named in one of the lawsuits that came up in connection to Diddy and all of this stuff that's going on with the sexual assaults and the trafficking and all that stuff. So that much has already happened. It was dropped, but it was initially named. So
yes. Now let's also go back to the quote itself. The quote says, "A single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity, and while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes." The irony. Kendrick is not the only person that may have lied in this situation. You told a lie specifically about the fact that his kids might not be his and that he beats his partner. What are we talking about?
It's like he got in a car accident and he was at fault, and now he's trying to sue. And it's like, but no, you don't understand. You were at fault. You got the ticket. You lost.
And the fact that he
feels like he's fighting for his reputation in all of this, and that's why he won't stop. Maybe he's getting legal advice that's telling him to continue to pivot to new strategies when one is exhausted. For me, just as a common sense person, I would think after 1, 2, 3 pivots that maybe the endeavor itself is not proven to be that fruitful, and we could cut our losses by stopping. But, if you have an obsessed individual or a legal counsel that's pointing you in a different direction, who am I to say, Who am I?
Facts. He makes mention of somebody shooting at his house, which is insane because
what the hell does that got to do with UMG?
We still don't have any confirmation that has anything to do with the rap beef.
Fam, first of all, do you want people really start looking into that? Do you want them to actually start digging into that? Does anybody remember what came as a result of that shooting? He hit a security guard. The security guard worked for a company that was the only 2 employees on it was Drake and Baca. And Baca was the owner. Sketchy ass security service. And this happened in a few weeks after a similar shooting happened to a EXO affiliate. Whole time, y'all 2 talking to each other in music. Is this something that you really want them to dig into? Why would you mention that in a court filing? Is that something that you really want them digging into?
I would say no.
Let's go talk to homeboy and see how, okay, you know what I'm saying? Let's go talk. Let's see some pay stubs. Let's make sure all this is legit. Let's try to connect the dots on who it could have been if it wasn't connected to the rap beef, so we can possibly eliminate some things. Was there any other beef going on at the time? Did any of your rivals have anything happen to them? Did they get hit in the weeks leading up? Do you have any information on that? Why? Why are you playing these goofy ass games, bro? Go home. Go home. I thought the what is this shit called? Sexy songs for you. I thought that was it. I thought that was the comeback. Why are we still even doing this? We don't need that no more, right? We back. We're number one. I thought no kid. Who's calling my phone? I thought that shit had you up. What are we doing this shit for anymore? I thought you was back. The party lit, right?
No, bruh. No, bruh. He's doing this because there are people who are talking on Twitter and YouTube comments saying that he is a pedophile and a sexual abuser on the level of Weinstein, Diddy, and Epstein. Which, bro, I don't think anybody's judge is going to look at the comments from Lil Gog 5000 and be like, oh yeah, this is serious. This is some serious shit
Little
here.
Gog 5000 is aggressive.
I'm sure there's somebody on YouTube with some sort of aggressive name like that. My point is, nobody's going through these tweets and YouTube comments like, yeah, he's in trouble. If you have a problem with the things that they're saying on Twitter and YouTube comments, get the fuck offline.
That too.
Simple. He decides to quote from UMG's code of conduct as if him and Kendrick are employees while they're engaging in this rap beef. He decides to go HR on us. Nigga, if you don't quit, are you serious? UMG's code of conduct?
I told y'all around the Pusha T beef, this man is trying to create the rules around rap beef to suit him. He's trying to reshape the rules of rap altercations to his liking, to his favor. This is the same thing as him trying to litigate, oh, the lineup to 40 was too much. Oh, you talking about my family when you bringing in my family, right? There's never a line for him. There's a line for everyone else. And then at some point, you're going to run out of Gawk 5000s to support you, and especially when you're trying to do this through the legal system. Like there is not a pro Drake bias in the legal system. And continuously it starts to feel like either he feels that way or there's someone in his legal sphere that feels that way. Because what are these arguments? Kendrick Lamar has a distribution deal. In that distribution deal, he is an independent agent, not a hourly employee or anyone who's being paid a salary. He is being paid a percentage of a product that he produces with Universal Music. He's not on payroll. Okay? So it does, and Drake understands this though, because his deal is not that. His deal is not that. You are an employee of UNG. They are recouping from you. There is no assumed responsibility to break y'all up. Not to mention, you engaged. You ain't go run to HR before this shit happened. If you get into a fight at work and you smack the dog doo-doo out of somebody, knock them down the stairs in the middle of the fight, throw a trash can at them, you're going to be able to go back to HR and be like, why didn't y'all stop this? Are you out of your mind? You'd be lucky if they didn't call the police on you. You cannot elevate the violence in the situation, elevate the factors that you are now trying to present as being aggressive towards you, and then claim self-defense, looking back to the teachers like, hey, save me. What the hell is this? What game are we playing? He doesn't get to do this, man. He doesn't get to rework the rules of hip-hop to suit him.
Agreed. Okay, so in summary of the last points, and to get to my major point of this entire thing, he goes in and quotes different TikTok theories and Twitter theories from guys like Keep Six Solid, which is one of the biggest Twitter Drake dick riders ever. But he says once again that UMG intentionally did all of this because they're looking to re-sign him for cheaper, which makes literally no sense, brother. Why would they not go into negotiations with you
Well,
rather
the
than make you
idea of
completely?
recouping him is to make more money off of him, right?
Yeah,
Do you make more money off of him by destroying him? By
no,
sullying his reputation in the genre of music he's most popular in?
no,
I just don't see the correlation. Now, if you take an opportunity from him at another place to make a lot of money, if you like ruined his steak relationship, if you you know, severed a tie with some figure like a Taylor Swift or something like that to make him be a social pariah to other communities. Okay, that reads because now while he still may be financially viable, he's weakened and he depends on you now. That makes complete sense. If you're dependent on him making music and not just any music, but rap music to remain popular and to continue making money for you, why would it benefit you to damage his rap career?
makes no sense whatsoever. Why would they not, at the
Okay.
very least, go through negotiations with you, tell you they're going to give you a lower amount, and if you don't agree, then we can either exit this relationship or then maybe something will happen. Why would they not at least go through those negotiations with you first before just stamping you radioactive, telling Kendrick Lamar, hey, go ahead and drop that fucking red button?
Also, I
That
just
doesn't make
don't think
sense.
that Kendrick needs that type of motivation, bro. Like he
He does not.
doesn't need the go ahead from the label to chop your hair off and wear it for fashion.
Especially when we've been engaging in this supposedly through subliminals for years
For
now.
years, bro. Like so what about all the other drops? What about all the other content that's been dropped in the lead up to this? The focus has been squarely been put around the last 24 months. And so if that's the case, then we're leaving a lot out of the story. Has been a constant buildup. If his prods at you in songs that you can point to are being allowed by UMG, then they also allowed you to invoke him in music in the years leading up. Whether he's going to hide behind the ambiguity of how he says it or not will be a test of his courage. But in any case, what he's arguing here, he's also guilty of. So
Yeah.
it's just like, how far do you want to push this? Do you want them to try and seek discovery into things for to countersue? You know what I mean? Like, how far do you want to push this?
All right. My next L, funny enough, is going to a collaborator of Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Dodie Six, who I felt like, or I feel like right now at least, it changes, I feel like every week. But I feel like right now, he has probably the best feature verse, best rap feature verse. So I feel
He
like
was
SZA killed
on
him
Hey Now,
right
right?
now. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Big face Buddha, get my peace from within. This goes out for all my doggies in the pen. For the win, for the win. Hey now,
So
hey now.
he just came out with a video, I think earlier today or maybe yesterday, talking about he's homeless and the fact that that feature came out don't mean nothing for him. And then some messages to Adam 22 came out in which he's like, "Yeah, tell the people I'm on meth." What? Huh? What?
Buddy crashing out. He ain't know what to do with it. He just start doing shit. He just start doing shit. He ain't know what to do.
And
Tell the
it's
people I'm on
oh,
meth to Adam 22 is disgusting. Because you know he
yeah.
gonna do it willingly. You probably ain't even have to pay him.
He probably leaked the messages.
Hold on,
Well,
bro. Is this a black dude? No, absolutely, bro. I'll do it right now. I'll tweet it as we're speaking.
either he leaked the
On
message
meth.
or you're on meth, so you leaked the message. It's kind of hard to say. But my problem is I've literally seen AZ, I think it's AZ Shike. Yeah, Chikey G.
Man,
Correct.
now
AZ
he
Shike.
blew up.
I've seen him take that feature and do everything with it. He got a deal from it. He released the another single to a lot of fanfare because of the feature.
Also, his feature was on the Super Bowl. They didn't do Hey Now. They did Peekaboo. So
Did they not do Hey Now? I know they
they
didn't do
didn't
his
do Hey
part,
Now. They didn't do Hey Now.
but still, the fact that he was able to take the feature verse and then move on to other things wasn't by coincidence. It was
No, for
he,
sure.
he
For sure.
made those moves off of that feature verse, and
Yep.
it was a great look. And again, I think Doty had at least one of the best rap features, rap verses on there.
My
So like,
thumb, man, where at?
yikes.
Don't
So I
back,
mean,
look back.
you could have taken this to a level that AZ also took it to if you really wanted to. And it's just looking bad. I hope he fixes his situation. It's kind of hard to fix a meth situation, but hey.
And then you have you to get your shit
Speaking of
whacked.
Adam
When
22,
Doty did that, that was his verse. I was doing AZ the other one.
yeah. But yeah, speaking of Adam 22 is also a huge mistake. So
For any reason.
facts.
Let's start with some dubs. I got some positivity to throw out there. I'm giving a dub out to LaRussell. First of all, I think LaRussell is a very good example of how to market yourself independently. If you are a independent artist and you are going through, your woe is me phase, oh man, it's hard to get in front of people, it's hard to get a push, it's hard to meet people, it's hard to do this, it's hard to do that, it's hard to get any kind of motion. Man, LaRussell is giving you every excuse not to adopt that mentality, bro. He's giving you
Facts.
every excuse not to. I've seen this man in videos with Marshawn Lynch. I seen him with was it Joyner Lucas? I seen him with what was the most recent video he was with?
Like I just recently seen on Wiz, but
Fuck Wiz.
it's crazy.
Fuck Wiz. I don't know, man, but he's just found a way.
Yeah.
And he's using the opportunity to meet these people to shoot his music videos. Like I don't think he has the money to pay Marshawn Lynch to drive around Cal Stadium in that hoopty or in the little go-kart or whatever the shit that is.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bobcat, I think they used to call it. But what he can do is, I met Marshawn Lynch at a Cal game. Let me ask this man for like 4 or 5 minutes worth of footage so I can shoot it into a music video and release online. It is genius marketing.
It is.
On top of that, do you know that this man is giving away concert tickets at a sliding rate according to affordability? So
That's
you may
crazy.
go to a LaRussell concert and pay a rack.
Mm-hmm.
And those people are willing to do so at his concerts.
Right.
Because that rack that they're paying for their seat paid for 100 people to pay $1 or 1,000 people to pay $1.
That's dope.
When have you ever paid $1 to go see an artist that you gave a shit about?
Never. Literally never.
And he's not whack either.
Unless it was okay. I was gonna say unless it was a free concert.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't too many of those. Many of those. So
right.
Yeah, and they weren't ass either, or if it wasn't an over the hill band
or somebody who's either somebody who's over the hill or literally somebody who's brand spanking new, like local.
Shout out to LaRussell, man.
I like seeing artists who take advantage of knowing how to get eyes on them. And I also like artists who make music videos that aren't the same. I'm in front of my house. Me and my crew got guns pointed at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Jumping around, smoking weed.
Oh, it's like, do something else. Do I have the clip here? Do something else.
Do something else. Do something else. That's it.
Like, I hate that. Like, you 33-year-old rapper from Columbus, Ohio, are not going to make it by shooting a music video in front of your house with a gun pointed at the cameraman. Do something inventive, innovative.
That sound like you was talking to somebody. That sound personal.
You know what's crazy? I was talking about myself.
Oh shit!
To avoid saying something that sounded like somebody, I just said it about myself. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move on to Olivia Munn, who's giving my next W. Olivia Munn said what the nation was thinking about that, about the fuck ass Jeff Bezos space tourism flight that Gayle and Katy Perry took.
Yeah.
Shout out to Olivia Munn. Olivia Munn says, "You bitches are out of your mind." She didn't say that. She said, Olivia Munn calls out Blue Origin space trip. What's the point? Is it historic that you guys are going on a ride? I think it's a bit gluttonous. Space exploration was to further our knowledge, to help mankind. What are you going to do up there that made us better down here?
Not a damn thing.
Absolutely. And the only thing I hated more than the fact that they went up there for this like glorified spectacle.
Man, oh
Uh,
my, I did not give a shit.
the only thing that I hated more was that Gayle was offended that people didn't give a fuck, that they were mad. Like, have you gone to space? No, no. My phone bill late, Gayle. I'm never going to space. What's wrong with you?
I
Have
hated
I
that
been to
entire
space?
thing.
Hold on, man. Now people are accusing you of being out of touch now. They're accusing you of being a gluttonous capitalist who just went and spent $1 million to go play in a spaceship for 11 minutes. And your response to that is, have you been to space? I encourage you, go to space. Oh my God. Oh my God. How is it even possible that you're that vapid? That you didn't hear that come out your mouth and that immediately a correct or adjust? Have you been away from normal people that long that you can seriously ask someone, have they been to space, and expect a real answer?
Facts.
Reptilian. You are an alien. You are not a real human being. You know that you actively feed conspiracy theories about outer space and flat Earth and everything with these for show space trips that you're taking. Number one, they don't do well enough to actually describe where they're going. They pitch it as a space trip, and the only thing that they're going into is the lower or the upper level Earth's atmosphere, or the lower level, crust in between where you would actually be out in space. Just enough
Right.
to lose gravity and fucking float around.
Yep.
Few
Yep.
hundred,
And then
100 miles above where the planes be at. You know what I'm saying? Then I don't know who didn't listen when they said, wait for us to open up the door. They over there messing with the door. Then they so committed to the damn photo op that they go back on there and put the tool to open up the door, even though we just clearly watched y'all open it up. They single-handedly created an entire generation of conspiracy about space. There will be more flat earthers that were born in this generation because of that bullshit that they keep doing with those shuttles.
And it doesn't help that you did it with a bunch of celebrities. You include Katy Perry and Gayle into some shit. Yeah, people are going to have conspiracy theories about all that shit.
And Jeff Bezos' wife. Don't forget Jeff Bezos' wife. He needed 15 minutes. He's like, how long?
Are they married? I don't even think they're married yet. Are they?
Oh, is that his girlfriend? I thought it was his wife.
I think it's his girlfriend.
Okay.
I think.
Well, yeah, she was on the trip too. Last Stella got going out to Marcus Morris. Hey, listen. I know that it's very easy to be swept up in the craze of new words and stuff like that. And, we try to stay culturally relevant when we get over the hill, when we get past a certain age, try to stay locked in with what the young folks are saying. There is really no appropriate time to allow us to be calling ourselves something that's supposed to be identifying Black people specifically that we allow other white people to say. Let me give you an example of what I mean here. At least here in the Midwest, we don't walk around letting white people say the N-word. I don't know too many places where they do, but y'all act different on the coast, so y'all just let anybody say it. On the East Coast and the West Coast, y'all willy nilly over there. But here in the Middle America, we don't do that, right? I also wouldn't use certain words colloquially with us as partners with white people. I don't want them to get comfortable with that, thinking that they can say it back to me, right? I wouldn't call a white person that because I don't want them to turn around and think we can converse like that.
Are we good like that?
That's cool. So how we've gotten to a point where we're allowing people outside this community to call us young niggas blatantly, openly. They'll type it online, they'll put it in the comments. And then it comes into focus when you see Marcus Morris on First Take when he's trying to big up the Grizzlies, say that the young niggas are taking it over, the YNs are taking it over. No, first of all, say what you mean. Say it. It's not less offensive because you've abbreviated it. Because, and you know why it gets to me so much is because it made me think about our conversation with Polo Boy
Mm-hmm.
and the live that we had several weeks. Shout out to Polo Boy, man, long time watcher. I don't know why you ain't a member yet. I'm about to start taxing him. I'm about to just start charging you $1 for every month that you're not a member.
Right.
Second, anyway, I'm just playing with you. But we
I'm
had
not.
to talk with him. I don't know if we
Some weeks
said a
ago.
YN or somebody called him a YN. He was like, man, I ain't no YN. I'm from Dublin. He understands that he comes from a place where that description of what you would think of a YN is not necessarily on top of him. Like, doesn't line up with his background. At the same time, they're not delineating that way. They're not delineating that way. This is enough for you to be a YN. And you know why? Because you opened up the door for them to say it. You got on national TV and called a bunch of black millionaires YNs. So if they're YNs, then the dudes walking the stage getting their degrees are YNs. Then the plumbers and electricians are YNs. The Uber drivers are YNs. The guys working at the grocery stores and in service jobs are YNs. The doctors are YNs. Your brothers, uncles, fathers, grandpas are YNs. Everybody's a YN because they black. When you flatten it out like that, what makes the Memphis Grizzlies young niggas? The entire team ain't even black. Stop being so loose with our language. If it don't mean nothing to you, then don't use it. If you don't find a point of personal pride that virtually every single other culture on this planet tries to appropriate Black American English, and yet they treat it like it's some kind of social pariah. If you don't take some type of personal pride in the fact that they all try to assimilate it, that when you think about what is popular in terms of speech, most of what has come out of the last 15, 20 years in terms of Western culture and how we speak has come from our culture. If you don't have no pride in that, then stop talking like us then. Go talk like somebody else. But you can't keep opening up the door for these folks to steal. That's how we ended up with Woke and DEI. Shout out to the Eggs and Grits podcast. You just giving them another reason to call you a nigga. Don't abbreviate it. Say it out loud so you can hear yourself saying it.
Words have meanings. Abbreviations have meanings. Did you see the bullshit he tried to say about that, though?
I did not.
He tried to say YNs means young nephews because they call me
I'm
Unk.
going to smack you. Don't play with me. Don't play stupid. Just apologize and go on about your business, bro. We don't need all that. Not time to joke. Not a time to joke. Let's do the community dubs and nails. I think we had a few of those in the Twitter community. We can do them on the show.
You know what's funny about the description now on Twitter? All right, it says BOTB Squad, a dynamic podcast duo, passionately dissects hip-hop, sports, and social issues, championing Black culture and calling out media missteps with sharp wit. Then it says he's sparking debates on fake X interactions and Black Panther recast while roasting bad TV writing with a side of sports nostalgia.
Hold on, no. Run that back again. Run that back one more time. One more time.
All right, first part. BOTB Squad, a dynamic podcast duo, passionately dissects hip-hop, sports, and social issues, championing Black culture and calling out media missteps with sharp wit. He's sparking debates on fake X interactions and Black Panther recast while roasting bad TV writing with a side of sports nostalgia.
I think that is a better byline than I even have for myself. That's great.
I just thought the part about fake X interactions.
Fake X interactions. I like it. That's a deep dive. Somebody's paying attention. Shout out to Grok.
Yeah. Well, even though you were a BattleBots podcast before that.
BattleBots podcaster, right. There's only one in here I don't think that we've talked about. This one came via Chillmonger. It's about Captain Ibrahim Toure and them taking over the manufacturing of gold in where is this at? Plants in Burkina Faso to reduce the rate of
Burkina Faso.
importation while creating hundreds of job opportunities for the youth in the country. So that's dope. That is dope. I do think there is a concentration of people trying to put borders up again around the resources. I think the Chinese aggression on the continent and them, buying up a lot of land, buying up a lot of precious mineral mining sites and things of that nature has kind of resparked a urgency to kind of put the walls back up. We've seen it attempted before, man. I hope it has a different outcome this time than what became of Gaddafi. But yeah, I mean, I think a financially solvent Africa, an Africa that's independent from Western influence, an Africa that is independent of Asian influence in terms of their economy and where they can do business and how it's only going to be a benefit. So,
And European.
that was part of the Western.
Oh, you just said
I
Western.
think they
Sorry.
consider
I don't know why I thought you said
Europe
America.
to be the West. Yeah, even though we got a whole fucking ocean in between us, it's still the
Facts.
West, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah. No, facts.
Anywho, but yeah, that is it for us. Feel free to toss us some more stuff in the Twitter communities if you're a part of that. Send us stuff in the DMs while they still exist. Whisper around Elon. But tell us what you thought about our takes as well. Give us your dubs and nails in the prompt below. Like, share, and subscribe. We're here every Sunday around 4 and doing replays on Wednesday during the week.
Facts. Make sure you check out our playlist for W's and L's. See what we talked about on previous weeks. See all of our takes. And then, like you said, make sure you subscribe. We like to do this every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Peace.